Daily Broadside to 848. A girlfriend of mine came by the house last night, and we were hanging out. She's driving through the area, so she stopped by, and she had a small little scratch on her side of her cheek there, and I said, what did you do to your face there? She's like, dermaplaning. And I'm like, what's that? She said, dermaplaning. And I was like, well, what's that? Obviously, derma is skin, planing is shearing off a surface. Did you shear off part of your cheek? What's the point of that? She's like, it's like shaving. I'm like, what? And she's like, yeah, just get all the little blonde hairs off my face. And I'm like, well, why don't you call it shaving? She's like, for women, it's dermaplaning. Y'all women are crazy. Not literally. Some of you are, but derma. So I'm going to start dermaplaning. I had to dermaplane today because I had Sensor 123 primer in my goatee. That stuff doesn't come out very well. But anyway, so get this. I'm watching a video this morning. It made me laugh out loud. A guy named Gino in the 80s is at some theme park, and I want to say people were naming it as Pittsburgh. I could be wrong. And he's on one of these like the mid-grade roller coasters. Not like, doing loops and modern stuff, but not a kiddie ride. Somewhere in the middle, just got the square cars that are open at the lap belt, that comes down. How about if you just come on into my lane, just drive into my hood. That'll work too. And he's like, this is how we oil the track. And he proceeds to put himself in the first car, standing up with the lap belt behind him, locking him forward, leaning over with a little oil can, like the Wizard of Oz oil can, just squirting it on the track as it goes around. And I mean, the thing probably goes 45 miles an hour, but he's just hanging. I'm like, wow, OSHA was really a thing back then. I mean, it was hilarious. And I hope he wasn't doing it as a joke. I hope that's really how he oiled the track back in the day. I would appreciate, the work of carnies or whatever people are called that work those places. Carnies are just the people that work on the midway, right? I don't know. Anyway, I was watching some kind, I think it said M3, some kind of 80s rock fest. I've seen a bunch of videos of it. It had Warrant and Slaughter and I think Rat and Vixen. Vixen actually sound pretty good. Of course, the drummer's the only original person. And that's the problem with these bands. First of all, you lose argument. Warrant had everybody except Janie, because obviously he's no longer with us. So, I mean, and the guy sings okay, but that was the closest thing. Everybody else has got, like, the bassist, and then everybody else is new and all, but Vixen sounded really good, although I'm not a Vixen fan. I just know that one song, Edge of a Broken Heart. I've been na-na-na. Anyway, but here's the second problem I have. The first problem is disintegrating the band and putting it back together with like one original member. I have a large problem with that, and I get that's the only way they can make money probably because they have no other skills in life. They didn't go to school. They don't have any trade to offer, whatever. But I don't know. But the second problem I have is if you really study 80s clothing, the leather and the chains and all that stuff, it really is dumb. It was dumb then, and it's dumb now. Like, if you're Slash and you just wear, like, some leather pants and a t-shirt, okay, that's okay. But when you've got, like, whips and chains and leather belts and bullet belts and all this silly crap and 4,000 different charm bracelets and necklaces and earrings and hang down a couple inches, you look stupid when you're 62 years old. You look dumb when you were 27. But you got to get rid of that stuff. It's just not where you need to be. You know what I mean? And I've decided that photography is really, to be a photographer, to like the Ansel Adams level, is it Fran Lebowitz? Who's the other? There's a I don't know. Anyway, I don't know that many photographers, and that proves my point. To be a good photographer, I think the trick is to just buy a really expensive camera. Because if I go out in the woods and I see a tree frog on a tree, that's where they like to be. Hence the etymology of their name, tree frog. And I snap a picture of it, and then 3 other professional photographers snap a picture of it. How different is the picture going to look, Like, it doesn't make any sense how you can be a good photographer. You just take a picture. Like, yes, a $4,000 Nikon is going to be better than, you know, one of those throwaway disposables that you get at a wedding. But that's really, to me, the only difference. I don't understand what is photography. Why do you go to school to be a photographer? You take photography classes as adult learning at a community college. What do they teach you? Aim that, point that side, and push the button. I don't get it. I mean, there's lighting and all, but how can I change the lighting while I'm taking a picture of a tree frog? You know? I don't even think tree frogs are indigenous to North Carolina, so I don't think I'm going to see those. At least not like the poisonous tree dart frogs or whatever they're called, those ones that got crazy colors. Pretty frogs, as frogs are. Frogs are really ugly, but they're kind of cool, you know? But, yeah, so I don't know what to say about that, but I feel like I'm a photographer. Although it is weird how, like me personally, I think I'm more photogenic when I'm not knowing that people are taking a picture of me. You know, people just capture you. And really that's all photography is, especially with digitals. Like, you just take a million pictures and find the one that looks the most captivating, and bam, you're a photographer. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe there's more to it, but I don't feel like there is. Now, sure, there is in like a production setting where you got lighting and, you know, backdrops and all that kind of crap. I get there's probably an art to that, but just going out photographing pictures, just buy an expensive camera and bam, you're a photographer. Have a good one.